fellow Geazlers, fellow STEMers who are out there watching. We welcome you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, as always. Today, it is another day where we have one of our great guests, Dr. Anderson Natasha, who is going to be with us today, where she is going to talk about the many things, her work within the STEM disciplines. So now, welcome, Dr. Anderson. Hello, Dr. Anderson. Good
Hi.
afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Geazle STEM Network GSN.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really excited about our conversation today.
It is an honor to have you on Geazle STEM platform. So, is there anything that you would like to say to our fellow STEMers, our fellow Geazlers, or those who are basically curious about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics before we get started?
Oh, okay. Well, hi, everybody. I hope that you are out here doing good work, having good pedagogy, developing good curriculum, sound programming that will help us grow the STEM pipeline in a meaningful way, and not just because we need bodies and butts and seats, but because we know that our kids have a genuine interest in STEM and we are preparing them well right now. So thank you in advance for all of your good and hard work.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anderson. So the first question that I have for you today, it is not that complicated nor difficult, but we are going to have some fun. Okay. So we have met on LinkedIn, so the professional platform. So now we are on GSN Gizo STEM Network. So based on our interaction, you know that I am a STEMer and I'm very excited about these disciplines. And I consider these disciplines to be great pillars of innovation, and there are many things that we depend on. The question that I have for you, what does STEM mean to you in your STEM story, Dr. Anderson?
Whew. Okay, so I love this question. It's a loaded question. Um, so STEM means everything to me. It is what I've dedicated my professional career in and doing. But it also is a part of my own personal story. So I was the little girl who broke up all the toys or repurposed them to make them something else. So, my doll babies became scientists by proxy. Clothes were not clothes. Furniture in my dollhouse was not furniture in my dollhouse. They became other things. So I was always infinitely curious about how things worked and why they worked the way they worked. So it seemed a natural fit for me to go into STEM. So I pursued it. I am a mechanical engineer by trade, which means that I got to build and design and engineer all sorts of things. I started off at a train car company where I designed train car parts for a living, and ended up designing HVAC piping and plumbing systems for really huge buildings all across the United States. So I had a really nice career, and then I said, I really want to reproduce myself and make sure that the other Black and brown girls who had an interest in STEM or had a similar experience that I did weren't being discouraged early. And then also I wanted to make sure that when they got into the career or had experiences at college, that there was someone there to help support them in continuing their efforts in STEM. So that's basically what I've been doing my whole career. So STEM means the world to me. It has afforded me a good life. It afforded me some unique and fun experiences. And I hope to be able to help other girls and other Black and brown people have a similar, if not better, experience than I have had.
That is so good. So um, it is very good to get started with STEM. So your story is so powerful. So I hope anyone who is listening out there, especially those who are less fortunate, uh, who do not have the opportunity to be part of STEM. So I hope our conversation today can stimulate the interest for them to partake in science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So I do know that you are a very accomplished person. So you have done so many things in your life, just like you just mentioned to us, building, designing uh, good things and good buildings across the country. And now you are the CEO of Smart STEM LLC. Could you please tell us more about Smart STEM LLC and also how we can get in touch with you, those who may want to support what you are doing, those who may want to help the program that you are doing, the wonderful work that you are doing at Smart STEM LLC.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Smart STEM is basically Smart STEM is my company. It's me and me doing STEM design, STEM program design. So if you have a STEM program, you have a STEM event that you're thinking about doing, but you really aren't sure how to get it done, where to look for sponsors, what kind of equipment you need to get it done, how many students, what the cost should be, how to budget correctly, how many other people do you need. I will do all that work for you because I've done millions. I say millions. I've done a lot of programs over the course of my life, from anything from summer camp to a one-day workshop, if that's what you want to do. Um, I've also gone into curriculum development, both for children and for teachers. So I provide professional development opportunities for teachers. We know that school systems aren't always able to give teachers the curriculum development or the professional development that they need in order for them to be up to speed, especially if we're talking about STEM and some of our STEM areas, which include technology and engineering, some of our higher level math. Right now, cybersecurity and computer science is really, really the topic of conversation these days, data science as well. So I am writing with partners. So I don't do it by myself, but I'm writing with partners to develop some PD for them. And I'm also really big in mentoring because I felt like that was one of the pieces that was missing in my own development. It was 6 years into a 10-year career as an engineer before I saw another Black female engineer. And I don't want another girl to have that experience. So we do have a mentoring component to what we do. So that's Smart STEM. Um, and so we have we have a computer, so we will travel if you need us to. I have gone to conferences. I do keynote speaking. I talk about my experiences. So if you need a STEM person, a STEM woman to deliver a message, I'm your girl. And so how to get in contact with me is via email, or you know what? The best way to get in contact with me is you have two options. One is I have my very own website. It's www.drtoshia.com, and that's drtoshia.com. And so you can go there and you can get all of my information. You can contact me there. Or you can go to SmartSTEM, www.smartstem2, the number 2, .com, and you can contact me there also. So those are my websites. Those are probably the best and easiest way to contact me. But if none of those work, there's always email. So that's smartstematl@gmail.com. Put in the email line what it is you are seeking, and as much information and details as you can possibly give to me. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and thanks again for the opportunity to talk about what I do.
That is also wonderful, Dr. Anderson, and all the work that you are doing is well deserved, especially within the minority community. So now, if you are a STEMmer, a fellow Geazler, watching or listening to this conversation that I'm having with Dr. Anderson, so she has provided all her information as to how she can be contacted. Please go ahead and do so so that the program continues to work, so that everyone has a chance or an opportunity to partake and be part of STEM discipline. So on that, Dr. Anderson, so you and I know that STEM activities are very fun
Yes.
and very interesting. But the question, what are the best ways to stimulate and promote interest in these disciplines?
So say that question again because I want to be sure that I get it right.
So, you know, as you have fun and I have fun
Hmm.
when it comes to STEM, so I always talk about STEM. I can talk about this thing all day,
All
okay?
day. Yep.
And kids are taking the advantage of such playing video games and things like that. So this is not part of STEM. But video game is not always not the solution, because we need to stay away from video games to partake, do STEM work and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So how can we stimulate or promote interest in these disciplines?
So, okay, that's a great question. So I think what we need to do is first, we need to rebrand it. I think people still have the idea that STEM is sort of like an old white man's game, um, honestly and truthfully, and no shade to anybody else. But I think or that it's too hard, that it's something that you have to be a brainiac or you have to be super smart to be able to do. And we know that's not true. So we have to, those of us who are in the field and the profession, we really need to help kids understand that it's more, it is fun. It's about using your critical thinking skills. It's about being intuitive. It's about being highly creative. And it takes all of the stuff that you're learning in school, but maybe not in the way that you're learning them. So math, we all know that math, science, technology, engineering, they all are interrelated. They have a relationship with each other. And what we haven't done in school is show kids what that relationship is in a really real way. So what we have the opportunity to do, whether that's in formal settings or in informal settings, I'm I'm a little biased in because I think that informal settings, in school, out of school programming, um, has we have a they have a better opportunity to show kids the fun part of STEM, whereas when they're in school, they're bound by these parameters that are set forth by other people outside of themselves. So they don't necessarily get to do as many fun things. But informal STEM gives you the opportunity to really think way outside the box, to give students the opportunity to fail in a safe environment, to learn from what that failure means. Because we know plenty of inventions that started off as something else. Like we wanted a product that would do this, and it ended up doing this, but it was successful at doing that. So now we have that thing. So um, we just need to really think about STEM and not in this stately, kind of closed up way. It's everywhere and probably involved in just about everything, especially if we're going to extend STEM into STEAM, which we already, if you're asking me, I think the art is already in there without having to